This is Daily Path Podcast. I'm your host, podcast coach, and transformational speaker, Joe Winters Jr.
Now I've been in this business a long time. God gave me the gift of a strong mind. And when I step foot on a path, the good and the bad, they just combine. Never done trying. I do it till each time I do it, it's done right. Woo. And God left his signature on me, so how could I ever be unsigned? See, everyone has got a gift, not anonymous, but God-given.
What's up, everybody? I'm Joe Winters Jr., the founder of Daily Path Academy and your host of Daily Path Podcast. Welcome back to the show, and thank you for joining me this morning. Today's topic is faith over fear, and with it being the 3-year anniversary of Daily Path Podcast. That's right, the 3-year anniversary of Daily Path Podcast. I want to take you back to the beginning when so many people told me that I should not launch a podcast for whatever reason, why they were telling me that. I was getting the fact that it's not a real job because, at the time when I started the show, podcasting wasn't mainstream. So it's not a real job. Who's going to tune into your show? How are you going to turn your message into a full-time career? Joe, you should just use your college degree to go get a real job. All of these excuses as to why I shouldn't start the podcast either stemmed from the fear others had for me or the fear others was trying to inject into me. But I got news for you. I chose faith, and that's our principle of the day. Choose faith. That's our principle of the day. Choose faith. So I got 3 tips for you, okay? Number 1, be intentional about your focus. Now, you've heard me speak about this before, but this is by far one of the most important things that each and every last one of us can do every single day and moment of our lives is be intentional about what we are focusing on, because what we focus on will manifest. If you are focused on things you are fearful of, or if you are focused on things that others are fearful of, those things will manifest in your life. If you are focused on the things you have faith in, then those are the things that will manifest in your life. And I have to get you to realize this concept, because when it comes to focus, you only tend to give your all where you have an undeniable amount of faith in. If you have an undeniable faith in the fact that you can change the world with your story, that's what you will do. If you have an undeniable faith in the fact that you can pursue more education, then that's what you would do. If you have a fear that you will never be successful, well, unfortunately, you never will. If you have a fear that you can't make healthy changes in your life, or if you make healthy changes in your life, you're going to lose other people, well, there's a great chance you will never make the healthy changes, because the fear is what's consuming you. And so I need you to be intentional about your focus. I also need you to understand that when it comes to being intentional about your focus, no way, shape, or form am I telling you to ignore challenges. That is not what I'm saying here. When a challenge arises, acknowledge the challenge, but choose to focus on the solutions to overcoming that challenge. Choose to focus your faith in overcoming the challenge, in rising above the adversity. When someone you're trying to speak life into makes the decision to be focused on the negative, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to confirm the fact that you understand they're facing challenges. And then do your best to get them to focus on overcoming the challenge. Because our focus is what's going to determine the quality of our life. So that's number 1. Number 2, be intentional about your circle. Now, as I was just telling you, whenever I first got ready to launch the podcast, So many people, from naysayers to family members, was doubting the path that I was getting ready to take. And I knew if I was to take the path with everything that I had, all of those people could not come with me. The only individuals I brought with me on the path are those that had faith in the dream, are those that had faith in the mission, are those that had faith in me. And I'm telling you today, when you choose faith, you need to, one, be intentional about your focus, and two, be intentional about your circle. Because in the event you allow people to walk with you in the journey that are choosing fear over faith, it's only a matter of time before you begin choosing fear over faith, and then you will never really have a real chance. Eric Thomas once said, "You are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around the most." I want you to make a list of the 5 people you hang around the most, and I want you to ask yourself, every day of their life, do they choose faith over fear? And then the second question I want you to ask yourself, when they talk to me about my dream, about my mission, about my vision, about my capabilities, are they attempting to get me to choose fear, or are they empowering me to choose faith? Are they trying to direct my attention to these shortcomings, or are they trying to lift me up and inspire me to go after everything that I am meant to have with everything that I got? Make sure you do that. Make the list of the top 5 people you hang around the most. And then you need to assess yourself with those questions. You need to assess your circle with those questions. And then last but not least, is start with why. You know, when you are choosing faith, I firmly believe the why behind what you are focusing on is important. When I made the decision to start Daily Path Podcast, it was because I knew what it was like to endure homelessness, depression, and suicidal thoughts. And being blessed by the grace of God to overcome those things, I wanted to use my message from my experiences and my education to inspire anyone who is facing detrimental circumstances, things that unfortunately take out a lot of people. My why was stronger than any challenge that I was going to face, and my why still to this day is stronger than any challenge that I am going to face. And so I encourage you to start with why. Why do you get out of bed in the morning? Why do you do what you do? My friend, if you can start with why, and if you can understand your why, there won't be a challenge nor any level of adversity that can stop you from rising above and doing what you were called to do. So our principle of the day is to choose faith. Thank you for tuning in to Daily Path Podcast here on our 3-year anniversary. Please share this episode and this show with people that you believe could get a lot out of it. Be blessed. I'll see you next week.
I wanna be unique, got more than my kid I could teach. I want you to hear when I speak. I wanna free people imprisoned by stigmas and popular common beliefs. Don't want you to think, I want you to feel. Look down inside you and tell me what's real. If you're unsure, then you're uncured. We only get one life, man, it's a big deal. Do you love what you do?
Hey, I wanted to jump on here really fast and say thank you for tuning in to the podcast. Thank you for being a loyal listener. It really means the most to me that you are here with me as we are going into our 3-year anniversary here on the show. And I can't stress enough how you listening to my podcast has been life-changing for me. I can't stress enough you showing up each and every day, listening to my words, being open to me inspiring action in your life means to me. And I want to offer you the opportunity to come work with me inside of my new program, Podcast Warriors, where I would love to help you build a globally top-rated podcast that allows you to change lives around the world while making a full-time income. If you're interested, please go to joewintersjr.com and book a free discovery call with me. That is JoeWintersJr.com. God bless.